decided to revisit Star Citizen's Persistent Universe. And I was on a server that didn't have a lot of people, so the frame rates weren't absolutely totally horrible. They were still between 30 and 40, but it's pretty good for being on the server, so it's still all seamless. The details pretty interesting.
Your ship has been delivered to the following landing pad.
For your convenience, our automated ship organization handles storage of all vehicles. To access your craft.
Dodge an NPC. The little touches like I'll just try to say some of them as they're happening, like the way the switch changes when you hit on it, and the smudgies on the screen here. Gobs of lighting effects. There she is, the 325A, the budget luxury ship. Ladders are so luxurious. Here's a bug, I left it in. The seat doesn't appear to be interactive, so I had to back away and come back to it. I think this is my second takeoff, so it's a little bit smoother. You know, it's not the only sim type game I play. I'll look at the reflections on the wheel. So the controls are changing because the game's still in development anyway, and then you're used to other controls for things.
Origin jump boards at your service. Core system operational. Launch complete. Landing gear raised.
It gets a little herky-jerky here. I mean, it will do that a few times, and it's something going on with the server. I mean, there are a few people here, as you can see, people taking off and stuff. I'm not crazy about this, where the navigation is tied into the Moby Glass on your arm instead of somewhere integrated in the ship as it used to be. So, I hope they change that back. Not a big deal, but it's just kind of silly to me. And here's quantum travel here in a second. Kind of like what they did with it. It's not overly complex.
Quantum drive engaged.
Like a little bend. This system stabilizes your ship. This is a baby mission.
Disengaged.
It's basically like AKA stuff to do, because there's not a lot to do in the Persistent Universe really right now. But basically I'm just going to EVA over to the satellite, go inside of it, and turn it back on. There used to be pirates in the area. I don't know if somebody killed them or that's just not a thing anymore. You used to have to fight a couple of ships at least before you could get to the satellite and reactivate it. I edited a little bit of this out. For some reason I was having a little bit of trouble getting the door to open. Detail, when you're playing it, it's pretty amazing, I have to say. Here's the obligatory look back at your ship. Here's the final approach in the EVA, which is basically you in your suit spurting your oxygen out to get thrust. you see the detail as you actually approach also. Like there's dirty stuff and shiny things, and here's some gases. Just all these little details they put in. And it does add to immersion, along with a lot of lighting effects. They're a little too aggressive, I think, on blacking out from the G-forces. I've noticed it didn't seem to be as bad in some of the older versions, so I hope they take that back a notch. It's a little bit obnoxious when everything you do when you turn, you'll start to black out. No feedback until you get out of focus mode. It's so funny because of relativity and size is how when you approach it, your ship is always appears to be farther away than what you thought it was because the satellite's so big. You pop out and your ship's like a dot out there that you gotta EVA all the way back to. See, more reflections. As I was leaving, I noticed two players, one of which is attacking the other, and you'll see in a second he's actually in a Drake Cutlass, I believe. Some of those had turrets. I don't remember what the range of firepower they had. I had no intention of actually engaging in what potentially could become a slideshow, but I was going to buzz by. I think the other ship just basically ran off too. And see, he's trying to shoot at me. I don't know if it's server lag, he just don't really. And I just took off, and he's not going to catch me at those speeds. Afterburner 13, 14. Here's an atmospheric effect that is new to me and pretty neat. I don't know if the stuff is all out of sync or not, because in a minute you're going to hear the turbulence, and I would think that should have went with that, so it could just be a bug. I've noticed that the atmospheric heads-up displays didn't appear to work when I was actually in atmosphere, but one time it popped up when I got back into space, and it didn't go away for the duration of the session. It was just me flying in space like I was in atmosphere, the heads up. I thought that was kind of silly, but it is buggy.
Landing complete.
This was just some random station on another planet. I just kind of edited those together. I didn't record the inside of that. I edited that all out because it was lame. This is what happens if you leave your engine running, which I thought it looked kind of cool when it came back. So this is after I went in the ship, cut it off, came back out because I wanted to check out some of the lighting. And that's it.